our show, I take a look at how one high school in Mississauga gives back on a global stage.
Hi, I'm Raquel Collins, and I'm going to show you what this chocolate bar and this lantern have in common and how it can help developing countries around the world.
I'm Faiza Amin. Coming up next, I'll show you how Toronto's Swedish community gets into the holiday spirits.
Go you!
Hello, I'm Faiza Amin.
And I'm Lisa Mayer. Welcome to a special edition of Humber News. This is a season for change.
Our show today is all about celebrating the people who make amazing changes in our community. These are individuals, organizations, and groups who recognize problems around them and know they want to help. They all took the initiative to make a difference for families, strangers, and people in other countries.
We'll also bring you ideas on how to better yourself. This holiday, we celebrate change.
We're going to go to Emily's house, a home away from home for children with life-threatening illnesses.
We'll visit an animal shelter and talk about why adoption is the best way to find a loving pet.
And we'll show you how Good Samaritans in Toronto's financial district left the office to become Santa's elves for the day.
But first, you went to the Swedish Festival, Faiza. Tell us how it went.
Lisa, every year people from the Swedish community in Toronto get together to raise money for worthy causes. But it's more than that. It's a time to enjoy carols, Swedish food, and religious pageants that create a sense of home. It's a fabulous time. Take a look. Carolers welcome guests to the Swedish Women's Educational Association's annual Christmas Festival in Toronto. The festival is held each year for Lucia, who is an ancient mythical figure and a symbol of goodness and light. The Lucia pageant featured the children's choir singing traditional Swedish Christmas carols, including that of Santa Lucia. This was the highlight of the festival, as the event is centered on giving back to the community. The event supports the Swedish community here in Canada and abroad.
This is our biggest fundraiser, so we raise money for Canadian students who want to study in Sweden at a university in Sweden, so we provide scholarships to those students. And we also provide donations to the Swedish church and the Swedish schools.
Every year, the organization, in partnership with York University, contributes scholarships to the exchange program between Canada and Sweden. And the funding to the Swedish school here in Toronto allows children to learn and maintain their Swedish language and heritage. But the fundraising efforts of the SWEA go beyond that. For many people who call Sweden home, the organization serves as an extended family, a place of familiarity. The organization is a home away from home.
If you left your family behind and suddenly here you find sisters and mothers and aunts and I think that was very, very important.
And Swedish vendors showcase traditional clothing, literature, and an assortment of decorations. It brought back many memories of home to some, like Humber student Adam Johnson, who left Sweden 2 years ago to study in Canada.
It's nice to see our own Swedish candy and some of our baked goods like the saffron breads and stuff. It's kind of almost like home.
Founded in 1979, the Swedish Women's Educational Association is an international non-profit organization. It aims to promote and support the advancement and development of Swedish culture, tradition, and language. The fair not only brought out the city's Swedish community, but it also attracted hundreds of other Torontonians, like 6-year-old Julia Story. What's your favorite part?
The penguins.
The penguins?
Yeah.
At the end of the festival, the crowd gathered around the Christmas tree as the children's choir once again led them into a final song, spreading the message of Santa Lucia. Faiza Amin, Humber News.
A sense of community is such an important part of the holidays. Xiaoli Li visited a high school where students have opened their doors, inviting in refugees who are making Canada their home.
Charity dinners are a common sight at this time of year, but St. Marcellinus Secondary School in Mississauga does more with theirs. For the 11th straight year, students from St. Marcellinus are hosting Family Faith Night, a Christmas dinner for refugees new to Canada. The event is organized by the Student Council at St. Marcellinus in association with Sojourn House, a shelter and support group for new refugees. The dinner is organized entirely by students, and Chaplain Shane Burns says it's a valuable chance for students to give back and learn.
Well, we have over 30 countries represented from all over the world, and the students will be able to take, I guess, a whole new understanding about the plight of a refugee, the difficulties they face, and also how important it is to communicate with one another.
Over 100 of Sojourn House's clients were chauffeured by the high school and received a warm welcome from students and staff. Over 350 people were at the dinner. 11th grader Sheldon Harrison says students put a lot of work into this night.
Oh, there's been a lot going on in preparation for this night. We have 160 students, they've signed up early in advance, they brought in money, we have gifts giving out, so it's really a big deal here at the school.
Hospitality students prepared dinner for the students and refugees, organized the evening's entertainment, and prepared gifts and cards for Sojourn House's clients. While the adults ate, children from Sojourn House were cared for and looked after by students from St. Marcellinus. Ferdowsa Abdi, a youth social worker at Sojourn House, says Family Faith Night is a welcome break for many of her clients.
This night we bring all the clients every year, and they really enjoy themselves. It's a time for them to relax because they're usually under a lot of stress during this time. So I think it's very helpful for them.
Duncan Kasik from Kenya thinks the dinner is a great chance for people to learn.
As I can see, it's a very good event, and it's good to interact with many people and to talk with children and to hear our experiences of life and so on.
While the families from Sojourn House got a lot out of tonight, it's clear that the students from St. Marcellinus also had their lives enriched. Xiaoli Li, Humber News.
It can be hard at this time of year for those new to the country, especially those displaced by war, poverty, or other disasters. Last year, Canada took in over 20,000 refugees from dozens of countries worldwide. Many refugees to Canada came from Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and Colombia. Over 50% settled in Ontario.
And right here at Humber School's athletic department is also making a global impact by supporting a school in Jamaica. Natalie Stoberman tells you how.
The Humber Athletic Department is contributing to change by establishing a week-long shoe drive where gently used athletic shoes will be donated to a high school in Kingston, Jamaica. The Hawks collaborated with Janet Stewart, an enrollment advisor at Humber. She says shoes and sports equipment are very expensive in Jamaica.
I decided that we could get slightly used shoes from the Humber athletes here, because I know in Canada kids usually change shoes so often even when they don't even need a new one.
The shoes are going to Holy Trinity High School, where Stewart's husband is an alumnus. Dean Wiley, facility and program coordinator for Humber Athletics, said at the beginning of the drive that he had high expectations.
We're going to be pleasantly surprised. I'd like to see there's a couple of baskets around the place, so I'd like to see them filled. I'd be disappointed if we don't get 50 to 100 pairs of shoes.
The holidays are usually a time to lend a helping hand, but here at the Hawk's Nest, it's something that they strive to do all the time.
It's those who have can always spare a little extra. I mean, if you have some change, you walk by someone who's got their hand out, that's nothing to do that for you. If you have the change in your pocket, pair of shoes. I've got shoes in my closet. I've already brought in a couple pair. I'm going to go back and go look through the garage, because if I can give to someone who can use them, it makes you feel good. It's that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Tony Tedesco, a third-year recreation and leisure student and a member of the baseball team, donated 8 pairs of shoes. He says he thinks an initiative like this shows that the athletic department cares about more than just winning championships.
It's great that they show that their core values just stay the same, that they still want to give back to everyone around us. Plus, Humber College and Toronto itself is a very multicultural place, and it shows that at its root it cares about more than just the money that it gets or the recognition that it has. It wants to give back to whoever or whatever they can at the end of the day.
After 5 days of the shoe drive, 6 baskets of shoes were gathered and will now be sent to Jamaica to children who will have the opportunity to go to school and enjoy being a student athlete. But this just goes to show you that you don't have to look far to find the season for change. Natalie Stoberman, Humber News.
It isn't just Humber athletes who are helping. Coming up, we'll see what some hockey players are doing to help outside of the rink. We'll introduce you to a man who is raising money for homeless youth, one pie at a time.
And if you're thinking about making a personal change, you may want to start in the gym.
Want to enjoy those holiday sweets without feeling guilty about putting on those extra pounds? I'm Sarah Ray here at Humber's annual Health and Wellness Fair, and I'll share with you how to burn those excess calories after the break.